A lot about President Trump on this show, and for good reason. Not only is he one of the most powerful people in the world, but he's also one of the absolute weirdest people in the world. He's got weird hair, he's got weird moves, he's got weird friends, but there's one Donald Trump quirk that hasn't gotten the media attention it deserves, and that has to be the way he stands. Look at him. That is not how a normal human being stands. Like, he looks like a penguin that got butt implants. But the question is, where did he learn to stand like that? Well, we tracked down the man behind the stand.
My name is Augustus Mandrake, and I'm a posture expert. I run the Academy of Standing Normally in a way that isn't weird. And yeah, I taught President Trump. Everything he knows about standing, every pose, every mannerism, every iconic stance.
For President Trump comes from the white evangelical community of Christians. Reverend Robert Schenck is a clergyman from that very group. And after some deep self-reflection, he changed his mind on some of the so-called culture war issues and regrets his often divisive rhetoric at the time. He now leads an educational nonprofit which takes inspiration from the anti-Nazi dissident Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who was executed for plotting against Hitler. Here he is now talking to our Michelle Martin about embracing empathy in these turbulent times.
You know, along with Pat Robertson, they're one of the very few white evangelicals to criticize the president for this at a time when there's obviously great unhappiness, anxiety, and grief in the country. Why do you think that is?
I think first it points to the moral collapse in my own religious community. Among my fellows, there was a Faustian deal made with Donald Trump. It went something like this. Donald Trump promised, I will give you everything you've ever wanted, your laundry list of political deliverables, if you give me what I want and demand, that is religious cover. I need you to say, I'm blessed of God and that everything I've done is good. He defended the photo in front of St. John's Church with the Bible by saying, a lot of Christians think it's a great photo. That's what he needs, the deal. And we made that deal with him. And so there's a moral vacuum. There's an inability to muster the moral courage to stand up to this. I was delighted to see what Robertson said. The fact that he did speak out was terribly important, though a little late, game, but he did. My other colleagues have not been able to do that for a number of reasons. One is because they would be assailed by their own constituents now for doing so. The other is they would lose access, instant access. They know Donald Trump will throw them under the bus. He'll insult them, disown them in an instant. They displease him. They're aware of it.
Evangelicals love Donald Trump. They consider him the chosen one, and he considers himself that as well. The way I know is he recently called himself the chosen one, and also referred to a friend of his who said that he was like the king of Israel. But my question now is, has he even read the Bible? Here's our evidence.
You mentioned the Bible. You've been talking about how it's your favorite book, and you said, I think last night in Iowa, some people are surprised that you say that. I'm wondering what one or two of your most favorite Bible verses are and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal, so I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into...
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite?
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Even to cite a verse that you like?
No, I don't want to do that.
Are you an Old Testament guy or a New Testament?
Probably equal. I think it's just an incredible, the whole Bible is an incredible, I joke very much so. They always hold up the Art of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time. But I just think the Bible is just something very special.
And I am exhausted. And I can't believe we have to sit here and discuss this as if it's some sort of normal thing, because it is not. And I wonder how many times he was in front of the mirror going, I'm the chosen one. When I get out there, I'm going to say, wait, I'm the chosen. No, I am the chosen one.
He looked up when he said it.
Yeah.
Now listen, what frustrates me is not what
It's
the president
laughable.
says.
It's not funny. It's laughable.
It's
Go
the
on.
well, it's a laugh or cry thing, right? But
I am.
people who defend him say, but he's not a typical politician, Don. He's just telling you how
Not
he
typical
feels.
anything.
But I don't believe that that's a good excuse. I think that it is actually a damning statement about the man who is the president of the United States.